Woo! Hey, everybody. You have my deepest and sincerest apologies for being a little late to Showdown. You could say I got jumped in the NXT parking lot. No, listen, I just had an appointment earlier this afternoon that took me a bit longer to get home than I thought it would, and here we are. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you're ready. I already got it up and running. Our tag match is underway already. The Hardys and Darkstate. And curious who you guys are thinking of for taking this match, because these are titles versus titles. Darkstate will either walk away as TNA Tag Team Champions, or the Hardys will claim one remaining tag team title from WWE history that they have never gotten, which is the NXT tag titles. My money's on the Hardys because TNA has not gotten a lot of dubs in this partnership. Anthony, George, good to see you guys. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Dro. Good to see you as well. And the Dudleys are here. Okay. That is my first time noticing that, since I've been in a mad dash to try to get prepared for you guys. By the way, everyone, if you're not aware, that's right, Justin. 2 out of 3 falls, man. I've kicked out at 2.9. I took that third fall like I was their daddy. And here we are. After the show tonight, stick around. Give us about a 30-minute intermission, and the Coalition, myself, A and B Combos, will be doing predictions for Crown Jewel this weekend. So join us for that. That's right. Yeah. So I am very curious. You know, you bring up a very salient point, Sophie, that if the Hardys win this match, they go to Bound for Glory, and do they defend both sets of titles against the Dudleys? So do the Dudleys also get to a shot at being NXT titles champions? I mean, I could see that, George. Although, you know, I'm hoping that there is some kind of homegrown tag team that can actually get one over on Darkstate, because right now, within the, you know, kayfabe world of NXT, nobody's beaten Darkstate yet, at least for the titles. Only a 2 count there for the Hardys. Osiris with the save. Oh, Dro, I'm glad that UFC show was so good. I heard, was it Alex Pereira made short work of his opponent. I didn't see it, but I heard that he won like 70 or 80 seconds or something. Okay, so that's one thing. The numbers game is not in effect here in this tag title match, because the 2 Darkstate members are by themselves. Are we going to get a doomsday device? Let's go. Matt says, I don't think so, though. He's knocked him down. Boy, that looked like it was going to fall awkwardly. Oh, look at that. Twist of fate from Matt. Now he's going to catch Dion. Rolls through. We're going to get another twist of fate. Okay. Tag to Jeff. Here goes the shirt. Jeff Hardy climbing up to the top. Are we about to have new tag champs? Swanton, and that's nobody's here. 1, 2. New tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. The Hardys have now become NXT tag team champions. Add that to the trophy room in Cameron, North Carolina. There you go. So now, do the Dudleys have them in their sights for 2 sets of belts, or just TNA? We'll see what happens. Teflon Don, what's up, my brother? Everybody getting your time machines. Go back to 1999, my friend. Here we are. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And even if it is the Hardys, thank goodness that, TNA has finally gotten some NXT gold. What question did you ask me, Dro? You just said we have a new champion. Yep. I mean, the Hardys are now officially the most decorated tag team in WWE history, for sure. Yeah, I made it for the good part. Well, congrats to Matt and Jeff. And I'm interested to see where we go from here. Yeah, Impact 1, NXT 0. Oh, we're going to get the women's Survivor Series match next. Okay. So we're going to get those heavy-hitting ladies right up next. Now, there's a pick. What do you guys think will come from that? With Jordan Grace as the special guest referee, will that factor into anything? I'm curious. Dro, are you for real? Are they really doing that at the White House? I mean, I heard they were going to do a card at the White House, but are they really going to do Pereira and John Jones? That's insane. I thought Jones retired. Anyway. Yeah, all right. So let's play catch up, guys. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Love spending our time with you. And yeah, we got Showdown tonight. Again, after the show, we'll have a Coalition prediction show with A&B Combos Wrestling Edition where we go over predictions for Crown Jewel this weekend. So make sure to hop back on the channel for that. Teflon Down, we're putting this on the screen, my friend. Every time I see Jeff, it brings a tear to my eye. Seeing him in his dark place and now healthy, sober, and happy, he will always and forever be one of the GOATs. And you know what? Nothing but respect for that comment, Modfather, because, the longer you get to live in life, the more appreciation and grace you have for wanting to see people journey through their hard times and come out on the other side, whole and restored. And not the same thing, but honestly, I feel the same way about CM Punk. I remember just how bitter and angry he was, and he had every right to feel that way. But to see him in his current day form, which he maybe doesn't have the same venom that he had 10 years ago, but at the same time, he really looks happy to be there and happy to be working with younger talent and just overjoyed that he got to come back on healthier terms. And I love to see people living a healthy life, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally and stuff. And I love that Jeff has not become a cautionary tale, I think there were periods of time where we were all afraid he might be one of those with everything else that was going on. But man, he's doing great, and he's giving back to the fans. And whenever he's ready to hang it up, he's earned it for sure. And it'll be great. Dro, I'll pass along the message. Thanks. Now, yes, I did watch Raw. I watched it this morning because I didn't get to watch it last night. And that was a fantastic episode of Raw. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I'm very interested. I'm glad Bronson Reed is getting on the Australia show because he didn't get on it last time they had one. He was injured, I think, and left off the card. The Kyrie and Io match was great. Maxine Dupree. Hello. Her and Becky Lynch and the crowd. It was a great crowd last night too. Absolutely. Her and Becky Lynch had a great match. The 6-man was a lot of fun with Penta and AJ and Dragon Lee. Not for nothing, I actually enjoyed AJ Styles' promo too. Just saying, we don't need a story for me and Cena's match. We're just going to go out there and tear the house down. Which honestly is really all I need from Cena until he's done. Like, he didn't have to have stories anymore. We tried to do stories at the beginning of the year, and they all kind of fell flat. So let's just let Cena go out like a gunslinger and just throwing out banger after banger. What else did I enjoy about Raw? The LA Knight, CM Punk, and Usos segment leading up to the main event, I thought was really good as well. That was a lot of fun. I liked the promos, and I also liked the sort of domino effect of, all three of those guys, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk, all have claims to the world title that are all valid. And LA's got beef with Jey, but not Jimmy. And then Jimmy loves Jey and doesn't like what he's doing, but yet at the same time is trying to he's going to throw hands if you throw hands on him. So, all right, Jordan Grace already here in competitive ref gear. And it is time for the women's Survivor Series match. Sophie, you bring up a good point about there not being a Becky Lynch, AJ Lee match. I really wonder if they saved that. Oh my gosh, are they using the iconic entrance? I don't know if they use this in TNA or not, but man, I miss the Iconics. I know they were obnoxious, but I love them. They're so great. Anyway, I wonder if they save AJ Lee and Becky Lynch one-on-one for a Saturday night's main event. Something that's not coming on at 5 a.m. on the West Coast time, So Mara Sade here, the former Jakara Jackson. She's got a good reception, a homecoming reception. I loved hearing the Iconics theme, though. Those ladies were great. Justin, that's a good question. I think Jordan Grace will come into play, but I don't know if she'll actually turn. Maybe she'll just make a mistake that will be interpreted as betrayal, but I don't know. Listen, low-key, this team can go right here. You've got tag team chemistry of the Iinspiration. You've got Kelani Jordan, who's great in the ring, and the former Jakara, Mara Sade. Okay, Anthony, thanks. I figured they probably used a different song in TNA, but I love that they did that for them. I'm curious who made that call. Okay, these are basic Survivor Series match rules. Submission, pinfall, count out, DQ. Whoever's team gets eliminated first, that's it. All right, here comes Lola. Welcome to Vice City, y'all. I still think she should be NXT champion. And here comes Miss Parker. Big ovation for Miss Parker. Tell you, man, she's over. She's over with this crowd. All right. And here comes Sol Ruca, fresh off SmackDown. I love that all these ladies are on the same page, and I'll just wait for Jacy Jayne to come out. Like, these three ladies are besties, and they're all kind of giving the side eye to Jacy. I would love to see Jacy Jayne be the first one eliminated, or at least for Team NXT. Man, I'm not sure I'm ready to say goodbye to Javon from NXT. I really wish he would have got some gold here in NXT. Who do I love? Jacy Jayne? I never said I love Jacy Jayne. I do respect her, though. Teflon Don, I know you're excited for this match, brother. So many talented competitors in the ring. So many talented competitors. Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing who this match comes down to. Crowd's still chanting for Miss Parker, but it looks like we're starting with Jacy and Kelani. Okay, the two champions starting off. All right, let's lock in those picks, everybody. I'm gonna pick Team NXT for this one. Chat, confirm for me. Were there dudes in the crowd chanting "Thank you, Jesus" on this? Yes, George. AEW is doing some kind of Title Tuesday show tonight. I don't know much about it. Hurricane Rana by Jacy Jayne. But now here comes Lola Vice. Lola Vice looks like she tagged herself in, much to the consternation of Jacy Jayne. Yeah, so the Sophie, about the ratings, I've heard that Nielsen, the company who oversees ratings, has made a major change. Oh, iconic pose. Iconic. They've made massive changes for how they pool data for TV ratings. And I think it's going to have a major impact, no pun intended with TNA here, on all wrestling shows. They're all going to look lower than they normally have in the past, which means AEW, which was already going down, is looking even worse. So that's a bummer. Yeah, George, I guess they are. I don't know if they're competing on purpose. I think they might have got it preempted on their regular night because of sports on TBS or TNT. But yeah, they are on tonight. You know what, Teflon Don? Listen, all I'm saying is you go to Fanatics, they do those piece of the ring mat memorabilia auctions. You can pull up some money with some other people in the fam. Maybe y'all can cut a piece up together. Oh, Booker's gonna be having a good time on commentary in this. Yeah, and yeah, still to come tonight. Ethan Page versus Mustafa Ali. I think that's going to be great. The chants are very uh-oh. We about to have 4-on-4, and Jordan is now caught in the middle. Everybody's throwing hands. Where's Jordan though? Oh, she's just letting him do it. Let him fight. All right. The Iinspiration out here taking out Miss Parker and I think Soul. Whoa, there's Jacy with a cannonball. Oh, we're getting another dive. Here comes Mara. Suicide dive. Whose turn is it now? Kelani's climbing up the top. Moonsault. Ooh, she kind of over rotated on that moonsault, but took him out. Oh, Soul's the only one left in the ring. Wow. Handspring cartwheel. Plancha. Tope. I don't know my over the top moves. But Team NXT celebrating on the outside where TNA is all wiped out. Woo. I know. Booker's going to have to check himself, Dossie, for sure. 100% Booker is in his bag right now. I know he's having a good time. I know he's probably getting texts galore from Charmel telling him to stay in line. Yeah, no eliminations yet at all. Okay. Well, let me catch up in the comments, see if I've missed anything since I arrived a little later tonight. If you're just joining us now, by the way, we have new tag team champions. The Hardys dethroned Darkstate and are now both NXT and TNA tag team champions. Still no eliminations so far in this match, so very interesting. Hey, Nico. Oh, you're at the show, Nico? All right, man. Enjoy yourself, man. Some fantastic work right now going on in the ring. Santos Escobar, oh yeah, is a free agent now. Sophie brings up. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nico, everybody, be like Nico. Nico, hit the like button. Do your part and hit the like button. As we are a great, self-expressed, unashamed Mark community here at Mark by Wrestling. Yeah, so let's chat about Santos Escobar while we're doing, I think, picture-in-picture here. Listen, Santos, great talent, and good in the ring. It is clear to me, and it should be clear to most of us, that there are some performers in WWE who are leaving that even if they're really good, the WWE or TKO, whoever we want to blame, just doesn't value them the way they value themselves. And if that's the case, then they probably should move on somewhere, because if they don't want to use them in a highlighted capacity, then they're going to lowball them. And if they lowball them there, then if they feel like they're being lowballed and they don't feel like they're being valued, then they'll figure out somewhere else to go. George, that's a good question. I don't know where Santos goes, but you know what? As a high quality Hispanic performer, I think he's got a lot of options. I mean, I wouldn't go to AEW if I were him. As Sol Ruca gets thrown into the corner by the Iconics, Iinspiration. Only a 2 count. Now, as we're back now. So, if I'm Santos Escobar, I try to go to CMLL, or, I mean, I don't know if he gets to somewhere like, I don't know if he wants to go somewhere like AAA, because AAA, I would think that WWE would have offered that to him and trying to re-sign him, like, hey, let's use you in AAA. I think he would do well there, but maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he wants to be in the big leagues. But there are lesser places to go now because WWE has a partnership with TNA. They own AAA. There is CMLL, which isn't owned by WWE, but he'll land somewhere though. I mean, if he wants to. And Berto and Angel, I think they've actually been doing better without him. Like, they won the AAA tag titles without Santos. They've been, killing it. They haven't been as featured, maybe, but they've been getting used. And that's the thing. Escobar wasn't even really getting used that much. He wasn't barely ever in the ring. We just saw him occasionally in backstage segments. So tell him to join the Don Callis fan. No, I do not want Santos Escobar joining the Wish.com NWO. Like, that reminds me of the NWO in its most bloated capacity back when they had like NWO Japan and the fake Sting and Scott Norton, who I really liked Scott Norton. But still, like, they weren't doing anything with him. Brian Adams, the former Crush, like all these people in the NWO, the Disciple. Don't look now, but Jacy Jayne, a one-woman wrecking crew on Team TNA. Even Jaida in the corner being like, talk y'all, girl. Santos joined the Death Riders. You know what? I don't know that there's a faction in AEW that I enjoy. Maybe the Hurt Syndicate. I like them. That might be it. I liked Blackpool Combat Club years ago, but I don't particularly care for any of the rest of them. And there was a weird charm about the Dark Order back in the day too, when AEW was really hot. But yeah, no. Man, blockbuster off the ropes from Jaida. Oh, now she's throwing hands on Cassie Lee. Cassie Lee is a great seller in the ring, just screaming. Uh-oh, about to get hips about to drop. And both members of the Iinspiration getting double stacked. Somebody call Wendy. Here comes a double stack. Boom from Miss Parker. But oh, Mara Sade. Mara dropping her head first. And now what's she going for? Mara's going up top. Moonsault. Big moonsault from Mara, but she missed it completely. It was a beautiful jump, but she way overshot her and just ate Matt. That was unfortunate. I hate that for her. Jaida back in control with a Falcon Arrow. Oh! Kelani breaks up the pin, but Soul with a springboard dropkick. And now here comes, Jess McKay. And now Lola. Was that a rose plant from Lola? Oh, big kick and a knee to the head. Oh, hypnotic. Jaida and Mara still the two legal women. Roll up. Wow, Miss Parker is the first one eliminated by the former Jakara Jackson, Mara Sade. Oh, Soul Ruca's staring at her. Soul Snatcher. That's it. Count her up, fold her up, and pack her out. Goodbye, Mara. Now we're starting to get some rapid eliminations here. What a great Soul Snatcher, because I should point out for those of you who aren't watching, Soul hit that Soul Snatcher not in the corner, but off the wide side of the ropes. So that honestly was really risky. She could have caught her legs on the ropes on the way down, but it was clean. She hit that clean. And now Kelani is the legal woman in the ring, tagged to Jacy Jayne. So both champions who started this match now in there as well. Jacy. Do you think if Andrade switches companies 2 more times, he gets a free Subway sandwich? There was a line in the movie A Few Good Men. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Tom Cruise's character says he successfully plea bargained 44 cases in 9 months. And he says, 1 more and I get a set of steak knives. So whenever I see something like that, I think 1 more and he gets a set of steak knives. But man, yeah, Andrade be hopping. But listen, man, Respect in this economy for a dude who always can find a job. I will not begrudge him for that. But I hope he's comfortable with the AEW way of doing things, where you get a big lights out debut and then they forget about you in 3 weeks. You think Oba's returning, Dro? Okay. Sophie, I do wish Mara and Lash Legend had done something. Like, I honestly think it was kind of a missed opportunity that they didn't put Lash on Team NXT, knowing that they were going to have Mara on Team TNA. But, you know, I do trust HBK as a booker more than I trust Triple H. So I'm sure they got a plan. Maybe we'll have another special at some point. Or maybe they'll get their own War Games match. All right. Well, Team TNA, now we're down to 3 versus 3. The Iinspiration in here, double teaming Jacy Jayne. Team TNA seems fully in control at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I think Andrade would have had better upside in TNA than he would in AEW. They joked that HBK was booking Raw last night. Yeah. Hey, the ladies got a lot of shine that they deserve too. Love to see it. Although I got to say, one thing I'll say is, for her to be the world champion, I really think we should still be seeing more of Stephanie Vaquer. That doesn't mean she has to wrestle every week, but she hasn't been on Raw, the show she's a champion of, very much. Hopefully that'll change after Crown Jewel. I know she was ill for a little while, and that factors into part of it. Well, Sophie, more than it just being 3 women's matches, it was 3 good women's matches. Like, I enjoy seeing good wrestling. Dro, wait, who's fighting this Saturday, Dro? So yeah. And there's great wrestling going on. I'll tell you what, man, they yeah, you know, it was weird. Io was on TV all the time until she won the title. And, you know, when I was a kid, and, you know, all these days, back in these years, you didn't always see the champion on TV all the time. And it was special occasions like the pay-per-views and Saturday night's main events and stuff like that. But also, there wasn't as much TV, you know? So you could get away with that. And also, most wrestling on TV were like, you know, squash matches and stuff. So you didn't have to have your world champion on. But, you know, those times have changed after the Monday Night Wars and the Attitude Era. So it happens. You kind of want to see it. You don't want your champion overexposed, but I think one thing that NXT does really well is that if someone's not wrestling on the show, they at least are a topic of conversation, either backstage, video package, what have you. And they haven't done that super well with Io when she was champion. They're doing great with her now. And we're getting double hip attacks here from Lola Vice. Is Booker T going giggity right now? Booker, drink some water, bro. Stay hydrated. Anyway, yeah, when Io was champion and now with Stephanie as champion, I don't think they're doing a lot to keep the champion's memory and keep the champion in our memory, I should say, the viewer. Whoa! Smacked her with the spinning back fist. That is 3. Cassie Lee is out thanks to Lola Vice. One-way ticket to Vice City. But here comes Jess. Jess going for a sneak roll-up. Holding the tights, but no. Rear naked choke. Rear naked choke. Can Kelani break it? Oh, she tapped. She tapped. Kelani is all alone. Kelani is all alone against Lola Vice, Ruca, and Jacy Jayne. I can hear the bad faith dirt sheet grifters now. TNA is buried. The last 4 women in the match are all NXT stars. Yeah, this is the most Kairi Sane has been interesting in a long time. Here's the hard thing. Jacy Jayne is the only heel. Oh, the Iinspiration just took cheap shots at Soul and Jacy. But Kelani hit her finisher, and the Iinspiration's interference has distracted Jordan. And that only gets 2. Oh, man. The Iinspiration's cheap shot cost Kelani from eliminating Jacy Jayne. Jacy with the roll-up, only 2. I was going to say Jacy's the only heel in the match, but she's also the NXT champion, so I feel like, oh, big smack from Jacy. You're right. You're right, Sophie. Naomi and Liv were featured very well when they were champion. So they just need to keep figuring out ways to do that. Will they pull a Dolph Ziggler, Justin? You know what? I appreciate you mentioning this. Or a 2003 HBK, if you will. He also had his back against the wall, but he ended up losing his Survivor Series match in 2003. I was hoping Javon Evans would be the one who got that role this week, but maybe it's going to be Kelani. Is that an angle slam? Wow, Kelani steals one and eliminates Lola Vice. Now down 2-1. Well, right now we're down to 3 champions. So who's going to get eliminated going here? The Knockouts champion, Kelani Jordan, the North American champion, Ruca, or the NXT champion, Jacy Jayne? Oh, yeah, Randy. Forgot about Randy, too. Ruca with her best Rhea Ripley pin cannot keep Kelani down. This has been a really good match. Hurricane Rana, only 2 for Kelani. Whoa, big implant DDT there from Kelani. Jordan Grace being a little slow on the count, but she's like trying to get in position to where she can see the shoulders down, you know? Anthony. Yeah. Uh-oh. Spanish fly off the top. Uh-oh. Kelani going up top again. 450 eats knees. Now, Ruca, is she going to go for a Soul Snatcher? Wow, Soul Snatcher, she didn't get all of it, but Jacy Jayne tagged herself in, and Jacy Jayne steals the win for Team NXT. So your survivors are Jacy Jayne, Ruca, so Soul and Jacy. Interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that feud, Jacy and Soul. I just love how everybody in that match, from all angles, can't stand Jacy Jayne. Ruca showing sportsmanship, helping up Kelani Jordan. Jacy Jayne not happy about this. Man, crazy work. Which is interesting that Jacy Jayne would come through and steal the win, because Kelani Jordan had Jacy Jayne dead to rights, but because the Iinspiration were getting in a cheap shot after they got eliminated, it distracted Jordan Grace, and she was late on the pinfall. Well, your two major NXT women's champions reign supreme in the match. Mercedes is going for her 10th championship. I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. There's Mustafa Ali backstage. Mercedes can have all the belts in the world she wants. And more power to her if she's actually elevating the companies that she's winning the belts for, if they're doing better in business because she's their champion. However, if she ain't AEW Women's World Champion, then you just have a bunch of second place trophies. I said what I said. Just a bunch of second place trophies. So this means we did not bring the banner up. I think I made a banner for tonight. Yeah. As it stands, I believe we've got two matches left. We've got the North American title match and then the men's match. So right now we're 1-1. They could split it 2-2. I just don't think that they're going to take the title off Ethan Page, although it would be a great, and I mean a great, long story loop to have Mustafa Ali take that North American title, given that he was cut when he was supposed to have a title match. But also you could perhaps see the dissension with like Ricky Saints and Trick Williams in the men's Survivor Series match could screw them over and TNA could win. So I think Ethan Page probably wins, and then Team TNA men win, and we go split. Yeah, we have an hour left, Sophie, but I'd say, roughly speaking, that women's match was about half an hour, and the and then that the tag title match was about 15 minutes, and then you have your backstage stuff and your ads and everything. So I imagine we'll probably get another 15 minutes or so for the North American title match, and then another half hour for the Survivor Series match to close off the show. Marked by Wrestling presents NXT TNA Showdown, brought to you by Funyuns tonight, because when you're in a hurry and late from traffic, you got to have a quick snack to make it through the show. Wow, Sophie, that must have been a short contract Cedric Alexander was on. Yeah, Anthony, I agree with you. Ethan and then Team TNA. I'm curious where we go with all that. And I think it wouldn't be a bad thing to have Mike Santana be the one who eliminates Trick to build up some intrigue for Bound for Glory. I think that could be good. Hey, Shamanica, good to see you. Thanks for being here. By the way, everybody, if you haven't hit that like button tonight, let's go for it. Yeah, me and A did have both had the same traffic problem tonight. Funnily enough, I hit traffic right around their neck of the woods, to be honest. So I was out somewhere in the city today. My son was playing flag football for his school. He plays tackle football mostly, but he does that on the side, and I wanted to get a chance to see him play. Hey. Speaking of the masters of traffic themselves, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition, smash that like button like the Hulk. I can only imagine the Edward Norton Hulk, not the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. Super chatted. Definitely don't smash it like Professor Hulk, who we all agree was a misstep. Okay. Hey, Cardona's here. Maybe She-Hulk. She-Hulk got more hate than it deserved. It wasn't top tier, but it wasn't trash either. We're going to get Cardona versus Briggs. Cardona's hiding behind the door. Briggs got run in here. Bonus match? Oh, by the way, A and B Combos, we have a mutual friend who was in She-Hulk, by the way. Just so you know. All right. And yes, one more reminder, your coalition predictions are going to be having Crown Jewel predictions 7:30 or 9:30 if you're in the East Coast, half an hour after the show ends to give your boy a little time to get ready. Now, oh, and by the way, for those with listening ears, Mustafa Ali's theme music got a little 205 Live remix there from back in the day before hitting his current music. Ava dates a wrestler? Interesting. I wonder what Daddy Dwayne thinks about that. I know, Sophie. I was sitting there thinking we need a Chelsea Green cameo if Cardona is here. I would love it. Rick RG, what's up, my friend? You're just in time for the North American title match between Mustafa Ali and Ethan Page. By the way, if you're late to the show and wondering about results, we have new tag team champions. The Hardys have now claimed NXT Gold. Marking that off the list. The most decorated tag team in WWE history when it comes to WWE Gold. Tatiana Dumas. Oh, okay. I do not recognize that name, Shamanica, but good for her. Anyways, speaking of the Johnson family tree, I still need to make time to go see the Smashing Machine. I was hoping to go see it last week. Did not happen. Did not make it happen, but it's on my to-do list. Yeah. As is One Battle After Another, the Leo DiCaprio movie, but your boy's behind on movies. Yeah, Sophie, it got a lot of hate from just people who are just anti-woman, really. I mean, it wasn't my favorite Disney Plus show, but I don't think it was that bad. All right, guys. Who you got? Ethan Page or Mustafa Ali? I'm not going to lie. I'd be thrilled if Mustafa Ali pulled this off, but I think Ethan Page has got it. Well, Sophie, it sounds like I'm just there whenever movies come out, but these days you kind of have to go see movies right when they come out because they don't stay in the theaters for very long. Otherwise, you have to wait 3 or 4 months to see it. And I'm online way too much to wait that long to see a movie, or else I'll have it spoiled for me. Oh, that's awesome, Sophie. I love Daredevil, man. Daredevil was great. The greatest North American of all time in the Lance Storm Special title belt. All right, here we go. Mustafa Ali come full circle. Yeah, Superman took about 2 months to go from theater to streaming. Rick RT, I loved that Lance Storm storyline. The WCW Team Canada, him renaming all the titles, Canadian heavyweight title, the Saskatchewan Hardcore International title, the under 200 kilograms. I forget what he called the cruiserweight title, but those were great. And honestly, I think Lance Storm has the most underrated catchphrase of all time. If I could be serious for a minute, he's the only one who can make that work. I'm willing to wager that they just picked Mustafa Ali for this match, and he's the one who advocated for this being the angle of the story. Because I don't think they have a long memory. I imagine it was probably some sort of collaborative effort. Oh, and Joe Hendry is the ref for the men's match. Okay, that's interesting. No, Sophie, it was close to the end. The Lance Storm stuff was maybe 99, 2000. But 2001, I think it was 99 when the Lance Storm stuff was happening. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. I know it was after 98. You know what? It might have actually been 2000 because I remember Lance Storm didn't really wrestle any of the guys who jumped to WWF. I don't remember Lance Storm fighting Benoit or Malenko or Saturn or Eddie. So, yeah, I think it might have been 2000 after all those guys jumped. NXT Arena chanting for Ali. But we all kind of hate ego anyways. Thank you, Rick RT. It took me a minute, but I was able, I'm proud whenever I'm able to pull things from this old man memory. Oh my gosh. Oh. Ethan Page. So let me describe this for you if you're not watching. Ali was on his back in the corner, like at the turnbuckle, like under the ropes. Ethan Page grabbed his legs and spun him around on the mat to where Ali's head smacked against the post. And I've never seen that spot happen before. I've seen people grab them by the legs and wishbone them or pull them like crotch first into the post, or Bret Hart did the figure four on the post. I've never seen somebody take a shot to the head by being spun around on the mat like that. That was violent and it was dope. I like that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's something actually I'm enjoying about SmackDown in particular, getting these sort of NXT appetizers on the main roster of Javon Evans, of Ruca, and others, because you can test the waters to see how well the main roster crowds are ready for them. Because I got to wonder if Hunter and Sean are working together on that and be like, now we're going to know if they're ready. Because, big twist of fate. Only two. And that might be the best way to kind of bring people up, so that the people, so that they're not being fumbled when they get to the main roster, because there's nothing worse when someone who was just an absolute stud in NXT just withers away on the main roster. Karrion Kross. I mean, Shinsuke after a while. Finn Balor at this point, he's nothing like he was. I mean, he's doing fine. He's steady on the main roster now, but he ain't nothing like he was in NXT. Even Samoa Joe didn't really get a fair shake on the main roster, in my opinion, either. He got a decent run in the mid card, but he should have been a main eventer. Samoa Joe should have been a main eventer on the main roster. No questions asked. Let's go Ali chance. Big clothesline from Ethan Page. Going for the ego edge, but he's backflip, backdropped out of it, rolled through in a drop kick. Oh, big headbutt from Mustafa Ali off the top. Yeah, you're right, Teflon Don. So many wasted opportunities. I mean, DIY, not who they were either. Yeah, just crazy work. There's been some people who have struck gold, but I think far more who were very valuable in NXT that didn't make that same transition on the main roster. Aleister Black, who he's gone and come back again, and they're doing better with him now than they were before. Not Vic Joseph reminding us of that Money in the Bank match that Brock ran in on at the very end and stole from Ali. Oh my gosh, Ali standing on the turnbuckle, but Ethan Page got him in a slam position. It's about to drop him. Oh my gosh, like a super Snake Eyes, big boot to the face. Only two. Man, kicks out with a bridge and Ali crumples to the ground. Wow. Solid match so far. Ethan looked on in disbelief at that kick out as well. Didn't capitalize. But now he's picking up Ali. Ali's firing back now. Chasing him into the corner. Corner drop kick from Ali. And then a haluva kick from Ethan Page. All right, this is getting a little silly. They just keep chasing each other into the turnbuckle. Oh my gosh. Going for the cover. Only two. All I can describe about what I just saw was Ali took that Bret Hart chest first into the turnbuckle bump on steroids. He hit it low and hit face first into the middle turnbuckle, and it looked like his leg split around the post at the same time. Just nasty bump. Sophie, I don't think I'm going to do the early Raw. I thought about it, and I would rather sleep. Yeah, I'll watch it later that morning, maybe if I can. Going for a outsider edge or an ego edge. Kick misses. Ali rang his bell. German suplex reversals. Ali with a reversal. Tornado DDT. Only 2. Yeah, Anthony, I just don't believe that WWE is going to put on a can't miss Raw at morning time in the States. I think it'll still be good. I bet they'll put on matches that are really good, but I don't think it's going to be some epic can't miss live scenario. I like that too, Sophie. They never get preempted. They just air when they need to air, and I really do appreciate that. Could Ali be going for the reverse 450? Remember when he used to do that? Oh, no, he's faced forward. Regular 450, but rolls through. Misses the kick. Sunset flip only gets 2. There's another kick from Ego. Ego been slapping that thigh. Uh-oh, caught him. Oh, Ego edge reversed it to a Hurricane Rana. Only 2. Wow, one-legged code breaker. Super kick from Ali. Rebounds. Oh. Flying right hand. Oh, no. Ego got him. Nope. Backslide. Where's the ref? Oh, okay. He wasn't done with the pinning combination. I'm like, his shoulders are down, ref. What are you doing? But he was still flipping over for the bridge. Little jackknife style. Man, oh, man. Been a great match. Amen, Nico. This is awesome. We've got Fight Forever, and This Is Awesome dueling chants. I will say this match fits right in with the old black and gold NXT. Hurricane Rana sends Ego out of the ring. Oh, no, I don't like the look of this. Suicide dive coming for Ali. And then they both fly over the announce table. My goodness. Holy chance. Where's the ref's count? Are we... Man. Booker and Vic out of the way. All right, they're both up. Are they headed back to the ring? Oh, Ali's legs are tied up in the cables, though. Somebody help us foot. Are they doing this on purpose? Did they shoot this? Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Ego just straight up shoved him off the top rope onto the floor. I think they gimmicked the headphone wire. He was trying to fix, and his foot is still caught in the mic cables. Twist of fate. Twisted grin, whatever. That's it. Wow. Ego retains. What a creative finish to that match. Ego predictably retains the title. I mean, Dr. Wagner's still in the shadows. But yeah, man. Ali's foot still tied up in the headset. That was his undoing. That is crazy. Ali trying to free his foot from the wire so he could dive. And instead, Ego with a nasty shove off the top rope and Ali taking a nasty bump to the outside. Absolutely crazy. Man. Oh, and Dr. Wagner's here backstage. Really great match. Who's here but Lexus King? Lexus King is saying it's Tavion Heights under the mask. Wow. Well, you got us, Sophie. We try to be here as much as we can. Tavion speaking Spanish too. Oh man, Lexus King he's got charisma, man. I'll give him that. He definitely got that from Dad. Oh my goodness. Oh, I saw that we're getting a new John Cena themed DLC pack for 2K25 with John Cena, Ron Cena, and Brock Lesnar, and heel Cena as well. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to get that when it comes out. I think it comes out in a week, maybe 2 weeks. My goodness gracious. So far, though, man, we're only halfway through the show. It appears, I think tonight, we'll get Briggs versus Matt Cardona. And we still have the men's Survivor Series match as well. And it seemed as though before he was rudely interrupted by Alexis King that Dr. Wagner Jr. may be challenging Ethan Page for the North American Championship. And that may be really intriguing that somebody could be North American and Latin American champion. We'll see how that goes. I do think that would feed well into the story they're telling with Ego being basically taking over Canada, taking over all of North America. And then Central America, I suppose, as well. So, or Latin America, if you will. But yeah, what a show so far tonight. And we are not done. We're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. After the show, 30 minutes after the show, make sure you come right back to Marked by Wrestling, where the Coalition will be in full force giving predictions for Crown Jewel this weekend in Australia. Also, will A of A&B Convos defend the Coalition Cup Predictions Cup that he won at WrestlePalooza by going undefeated? We will see. All right. Nico Thompson says, you're going to miss John Cena, but he wasn't my favorite superstar. I respect everything he did for a long time. 100% Nico. Cena was never my favorite either. Just making sure you're still in the chat there, eh? Okay. You here to defend, to take on all comers. Nevertheless, John Cena, I respect his dedication 100%. However, yeah, I'd be lying if I said he was my favorite. I was one of those loud guys in the 05, 06 saying you can't wrestle and hating the Super Cena stuff and the PG Cena stuff. But I give him credit. I got to say this, and you'll hear this from me, right? Often that I'm a big fan of stories being told in wrestling and how that makes wrestling special. And it's more than just matches. But for some reason, when John Cena just focuses on having a good match, for me, that's like the best John Cena. I have not really enjoyed his retirement run. I don't know many people who have, but when he when he switched up and then started, ever since he switched up at SummerSlam with Cody, he's been batting 1,000 for me. Loved his match with Cody, loved his match with Logan, loved his match with Sami Zayn, and I know he and AJ Styles are going to burn it down Saturday as well. Okay, I didn't love his match with Brock. That's an exception. So it's not batting 1,000. I forgot about the Brock match, but I feel like Brock was just unneeded in WWE right now. So Brock could have stayed retired, and we could have remembered the last thing he did being raising Cody's hand. But it is what it is. So we here, and we on our way back now to NXT TNA Showdown. And will we be getting Cardona and Briggs next? I'm guessing. As Vic Joseph is back on the mic. I've got to plug those podcasts. WWE getting into the podcast game has really dealt a little bit of damage to other podcasters. They say Cody's going to be on Logan's podcast. Team NXT women reconvening backstage. Blake Monroe. Ooh. Blake is staking a claim on the North American title. We getting Sol Ruca versus Blake Monroe soon? Sign me up, dog. And also Zaruka with a women's tag title match coming up soon. Okay, next, Dr. Wagner in the house next week, taking on Lexis King. Here we go. Oh, Briggs and Cardona is next week? Okay. Because we're already doing the main event thing. We're going to slap 45 minutes on the main event. So here they come. Here comes Leon Slater. I would not hate it one bit if this match came down to Leon Slater and Javon Evans. And we got a little preview of Bound for Glory. And here comes Kazarian. I'm kind of glad they're saving Briggs and Cardona for next week, though. They'll get some time. The NXT crowd is too used to yeeting. They're moosing too fast. Moose like a black worship leader at a white church, having to show everybody how to do rhythm. God bless him. And here comes Santana. So Team NXT entering through the crowd like they're Darkstate or something. Sophie, I think we'll have more than one showdown. I think they'll do it again during the duration of this partnership, but I think it depends on when how long the partnership really is. Okay. So Team NXT entering the ringside area, and we're gonna have Team NXT. Did I say Team TNA entering the ringside area, and we'll have Team NXT coming in soon, which is going to be Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Myles Borne, and Javon Evans, the young OG. But yeah, quite a show. All right, A and B. See you guys soon. Once again, reminder: about an hour from now, half an hour after the show goes off the air, we will reconvene for Crown Jewel predictions with the full coalition, A and B Combos Wrestling Edition, and your boy Mark by Wrestling. We'll be talking all things Crown Jewel. Most things Crown Jewel. I don't want to talk about all things Crown Jewel. Yes, it's a Survivor Series elimination match, Dawsey. The men's and women's match. It's all elimination style, Survivor Series style. All right, Nico. Appreciate it, my friend. Oh my, oh my. All right, guys. Well, here, let's ask the question as a precursor, as an appetizer, as a bowl of mozzarella sticks, if you will, for Crown Jewel. What match are you most looking forward to this weekend? We've got Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. We've got Stephanie Becker and Tiffany Stratton. We've got Rhea and Io versus the Kabuki Warriors. And we got John Cena and AJ Styles, not to mention just added to the card, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight, which I imagine is going to have bloomin' onions and loaded baked potatoes all around ringside. Or I could just be hungry right now. We'll see. Could be either one. Thanks so much, Nico. This the old school IC title is one of my favorite title designs of all time. I love that, and I love some of the old NWA title designs as well from like the late '80s, from the Crockett days, the old TV title and the old US title, all that good stuff. And maybe one day, if this channel becomes a mega star, maybe I'll add some belts to the collection. But as for now, I've got that. I've also got Big Gold over in the corner. I don't know. It feels like maybe it's a little harder to see because of the lighting right now. But yeah, Big Gold and the IC title, two of my favorites for sure. I'm not pleased with what AI is going on right now. There was a bit where I was enjoying AI because they had babies cutting wrestling promos, which I thought was really funny. But at this point, yeah, I saw like Pac and Biggie showing up on Monday Night Raw, cutting promos on each other. I'm like, we're destroying the environment for this. This is weird. Like it's too much. But yeah, Saturday, October 25th, Halloween Havoc, baby. And November 18th, NXT comes back to Madison Square Garden. Loving that. And Joe Hendry is here. We didn't get to see the Joe Hendry entrance, which I get that he's a special ref, but come on, he's one of the best entrances we have to work with here. Crowd is here for Javon. That's one of the loudest bouncies I've ever heard him do. All right, Javon. Bro's got 6'7" on his jersey. All right, here comes Myles Borne. They're wearing actual jerseys, though. It's a little much. The ladies with the T-shirts was cool. All right, here comes Trick. TNA champion, Trick Willie. Whoop that, Trick. He's even got the captain's letter on his jersey. Mr. Whoop that on his name. Okay. I was just dissing the jerseys, and Trick won it back for me. All right, here comes new NXT champion, Ricky Saints. Now, does TNA take this win? Because NXT is currently up 2-1. Or do we have a 3-1 NXT win tonight? We'll see what happens. That is question, George. Do we see Obafemi at all tonight? But I don't think we do. I think we get more silence from Oba for now. But if we see him, I'll gladly be wrong because I love Oba on my TV, dude. The guy's a beast. I feel can be like spouse the big TC necessary. Team breed C. Stand for C. Or Tony D'Angelo. Yeah, I hadn't seen Tony in a while either. Dueling NXT and TNA chants. All right. Ooh, buffering. Come on. Oh man, this is crazy. Come on. Naturally my feed has frozen. So I'm just trying to get everything back and going here. Oh goodness. Okay, well, so far I'm stuck at the moment with let's see, trying to get my feed back up here. I apologize, everybody. Doing what I can to try to get this back online here, because of course. All right, now I think we're back. I'm trying to get caught up to being live. Okay. Yeah, George, what George said, Justin. Yeah, Ridge Holland actually has an injury right now. Something happened to him when he was over on Impact, I believe. All right. Oh, slingshot diamond cutter. Whoa. Kazarian just eliminated Myles Borne just like that. Dang. Kazarian just dropped Myles Borne. Wow. That happened fast. Okay. Interesting. I was chatting with somebody on Twitter earlier this week, and I was saying I'd love to see Javon Evans like be face down like 3-on-1 and take down 2 or 3 people on his own, whether they win or not. But all right, Ricky Saints coming in to face Santana. They're fighting with the jerseys on. That's a choice. That takes a little away from it for me, if I'm being honest, but it's just an aesthetic preference. Hurricane Rana takes down Ricky. Charge in the corner, but he's met with a European uppercut from Ricky Saints. Now Santana on the defensive. Ricky said, "It's my house." Javon in now. Not sure if you guys are on ads or on picture-in-picture here, but we're working with it. Big chance of bouncy from the crowd for whatchamacallit, for Javon Evans. I didn't love I've never liked Survivor Series when people were wearing brand specific shirts and stuff for the match. There was that one year, the year Becky Lynch got her face broken by Nia Jax, when like the SmackDown superstars invaded Raw and vice versa. Wearing the shirts on that night is fine, but I don't like it. I don't like it when wrestlers are teaming up and they dress as like another team, like another sports team. Like there was a time when Raw was in LA and they had like half the wrestlers dressed like the Lakers and the other half dressed like the Denver Nuggets or something like that. I thought that was stupid. A Moose and Javon in there now. Javon throwing chops on Moose, trying to chop that tree down. Big drop kick from Moose. He got up there. All right, dude. Yeah. Right before Mr. Kennedy went away. Cutter. Big suplex from Kazarian. Although, I got to say, narratively speaking, it would be interesting if Trick was left by himself against 4 TNA guys. That would be amusing to watch as well. Yeah, Randy was not happy with Kennedy that night. Randy flew off the handle pretty easily for a lot of things back in those days, though. Kazarian in here doing his thing, though. Springboard, leg drop. Okay. Do I think the main roster in NXT will have a showdown at some point? Main roster in NXT? Joe Hendry caught Kazarian with his legs on the ropes and gave him a little Joe Hendry point. Caught him. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they tried that back when, Keith Lee was around and they had that 1 year at Survivor Series where it was like 3 brands, which I think that was a great year. But Trick and Leon in there now. But I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that now. I just don't think it's no disrespect. I'm not sure that they have got the roster to put on equal footing with the main roster right now in terms of star power. NXT has some amazing talent that will get further amazing once they get on the main roster, but spin kick from Trick onto Leon. Only 2 for Leon, though. Only 2 on Leon, I should say. All right, Trick getting rid of his jersey. Throws it in Kazarian's face. I liked the 3-brand Survivor Series the year they did it because Keith Lee went off. He was great. I didn't like Big Chop from Trick. I didn't like how they did the future Gunther Walter, though. He got eliminated pretty much like Myles Borne did in this match, just right out the gate. Ooh. Trig is bringing those chops, man. Crazy. Goes for a third one. Ooh. Now Leon bringing chops. Now Trick puts him. Oh. Fireman's carry, but gets out. Man. Ricochet Enziguri there, sort of. Oh, springboard cutter. Handspring cutter. And Javon saves Trick from elimination. Kazarian in there now. Kazarian and Ricky. Here comes Santana. Oh. There's a lot of cutters tonight. Santana don't see Trick. But he sees him now. Standoff between Trick Williams and Mike Santana in the ring. Funny, all the wrestlers kept coming in and trading spots with each other, and Moose just stayed where he was. Moose is like, I ain't playing that. Trick tags out to Javon. Oh, Javon dumps the top rope. Santana goes over. Now it's Javon and Slater in the ring. Superman punched Kazarian. Chopped a Moose. Big kick from Javon. Superman punched a Moose now. Slingshot Hurricane Rana. And now suicide dive onto Kazarian. Javon going wild. And now jumps off the top and takes down Santana. He's just diving out of the ring every chance he can get. He's going out again. Now he's going after Moose. Whoa. Moose caught him. He's in a Styles Clash position. Wrenches him up, but reverses in a Hurricane Rana. It's hard to tell. Javon almost looked like he landed on his head when he jumped out onto Moose, but I don't think he did. Javon and Leon. Oh, springboard into a roll-up. Leon Slater. Leon Slater eliminates Javon Evans with a roll-up. Javon is shocked, and the crowd's a little bit in shock too. I gotta wonder, does that mean anything for Bound for Glory? Wow. So now it's 4-on-2. The two co-captains who hate each other, Rick Williams and Ricky Saints, now against the full TNA squad. Javon Evans was going for that springboard, reverse springboard cutter, but he stood up straight because he saw he wasn't going to get Leon Slater, and Leon grabbed him and rolled him up. 1, 2, 3. Kazarian in now with Trick. And an extra kick from Leon. The TNA and NXT champions left to fend off against the totality of Team TNA. Well, that wouldn't surprise me, Sophie, that the NXT tag titles would be on the line as well. the Bound for Glory, because I'm sure the Dudleys would want to add that to their collection as well. How was the Caden Carter Mercedes match? And what kind of reception did Caden Carter get debuting for AEW? I'm curious. Big stomp from Leon. Man, like a standing frog splash almost from Leon. Me too, Dawsey. I'm in shock. I mean, I got to admit, I question the booking decision because Javon, I think, out of all 8 men, including Joe Hendry too, is probably the most over superstar in the match based on the crowd reactions tonight. And sending him out second after Myles Borne, bold strategy. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I'll see how it plays out for him. Yeah, honestly, I liked Caden Carter as an individual. I liked her a lot, but I'm not going to kid myself. Like she had her work cut out for her in WWE, especially like I don't think she was ever going to be a single there. But her and Katana Chance, I thought they were a fun tag team, but they never really did much with them. They were tag champs briefly. They did more in NXT. That's actually probably another NXT fumble. They were much more over in NXT than they were in the main roster. And I thought Caden Carter had a good look for the main roster, but they never really did much for her. She could, Sophie, but she came from the show Ninja Warrior originally, and I think she went back to it. Oh no. Kazarian pulls down Ricky Saints, so now Trick doesn't have anybody. Trick doesn't have anybody to tag. Zigzag from Trick. Now Ricky's back on the corner. But he's not going to make the tag. Oh, Ricky makes the tag for him. No, Dawsey. The party girl gimmick wasn't going to get them anywhere. All they said, like, they didn't even do anything. Like, they didn't have any vignettes as party girls or anything like that. Like, they were kind of like the girl rockers, Michinoku driver. Only 2. But yeah, it was a party girl gimmick in that they just said they were party girls. Like, they didn't really do anything other than like shooting off those steam guns or whatever it is they did when they came out and stuff. It was a bit half-baked. Could have done more. They could have had more for them, but that would have meant they had to care about the women's tag division. Yeah, big ups to Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace. Great job refereeing tonight, both of them. Glad they could work them in. Oh, Trick. Trick now boo-boo faced and jumped off the apron and won't tag Ricky back in. Won't let Ricky tag out. Is he going to pull a Rick Martel and just leave him? Oh, Trick straight up leaving Ricky Saints 4-on-1. Roll up. Only 2, though. Trick's not the legal man, though. So he hasn't actually been eliminated. I'm curious if we'll see Trick again before the end of the match. I tell you what would be crazy. This wouldn't make any sense at all, but as if Obafemi came back to replace Trick and helped Ricky. But that wouldn't make any narrative sense. Going for a crossface. Oh, Ricky Saints with the old Bret Hart, Roddy Piper reversal on Kazarian. Gets 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2.9. Leon attacks immediately, but Ricky kicks out. So 3-on-1. Ricky Saints versus Leon Slater, Moose, and Mike Santana. If you're just joining us, a quick elimination of Myles Borne and an also shocking elimination of Javon Evans. Trick Williams abandons Ricky Saints, although he wasn't the legal man. So he has not been eliminated from the match. And Ricky Saints, after eliminating Kazarian, now still has to contend with Leon Slater, Moose, and Mike Santana. Sorry. Who's Ricky Santana? I think that was an old NWA jobber. Enhancement talent, excuse me. Leon Slater going up top. You want to know what's wild, you guys? Swanton. Oh, knees up. 2, 3. Ricky eliminates Leon Slater. It's now down to 2-on-1. Moose and Santana against Ricky Saints. And we still got 20 minutes left in the broadcast, y'all. Or 10. Sorry. No, we don't. 5. I started late and I was looking at the wrong timer. Man, oh man. Big drop kick from Moose. Knocks Ricky Saints off the top rope. Moose chance. Oh, big kick. Oh. Senton from the Uranagi. Only 2 from Moose. Uh-oh, Moose got him up. Power bomb. Nope. DDT plants him. Ricky going for a cover. And Santana breaks up the pin. Ricky Saints just on spaghetti legs right now, trying to survive against Moose and Mike Santana. Big kick to the face. Reminder, Trick Williams did abandon Ricky Saints here, but he never got eliminated because he wasn't the legal man. Big chop from Mike Santana. Only 2. We're coming up on the close of the show, though. Mike Santana in disbelief. Doesn't know what he's got to do left to take out Ricky Saints. Big super kick sends Santana out. But does Ricky have anything left? Because we almost done here, y'all. Vic Joseph just eviscerating Trick Williams on the mic like you would think it was Jim Ross talking about Triple H. Oh, Santana sidesteps Moose's spear and it hits Santana. Only 2. Moose did not get eliminated. Now, Moose was not the legal man. He's still there. I thought that was going to be it for Santana. Moose speared Santana by accident. Oh, pop-up power bomb from Moose. And here comes Santana, spinning clothesline. That's got to be it. Team TNA wins. Ricky Saints and Moose are your survivors. Trick Williams abandons Team NXT, abandons Ricky Saints specifically. And we end up with Showdown tied 2-2. And TNA ends the night standing supreme over the NXT champion. There's Santino and Ava backstage. Ooh. Women's #1 contender battle royal next week. And it will include knockouts from TNA. So we have that to look forward to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for NXT Showdown. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. I can't forget to remind you as well, in 30 minutes, we will be right back here with the Coalition doing Crown Jewel predictions, where we'll be discussing every match as well there. So thank you so much for joining me. I need to take that time to set up for our next show. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to cut this out now, but thank you so much for being here. And thank you also for being gracious with me being a little late tonight. But we had a great show tonight, great matches. Look for the poll later on for your marked moment from NXT Showdown. And until 30 minutes from now, don't forget to be a mark. Being a mark means you believe. Believing makes wrestling better. I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care of yourselves.